What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some battles from my most recent Go Battle Day, and I figured since this is going to be my final video of the season, then why not put together a theme team that fits the season perfectly. And since this was the season of Alola, then I decided to go for a triple Shadow Alolan theme team, since we recently got access to a few more Shadow Alolan Pokemon, including the Shadow Alola Marowak, which I'm sure you've seen about 50 videos on already. It's a really good Pokemon in the Shadow form. I definitely think it's better than the regular form. But we're also running it with the Shadow Alolan Exeggutor in the lead. I'm running Dragon Tail because I really needed it in the matchup against Talonflame, because you can actually just one shield farm down a Talonflame, which is awesome, whereas with the Bullet Seed you really have to land that Draco Meteor if you want any chance of winning that matchup. And then since we are very weak to it in the back with the Sandslash, I figured that I just really need that coverage. And then I've got the Shadow Shiny Alolan Marowak in the safe switch position with the Hex and Fire Blast combo. And yeah, I think it's really good as a safe swap with that combination of moves. The Fire Blast can hit those dark types and normal types for extremely hard hitting neutral damage. And then we've got Shadow Alolan Sandslash as the closer, and I'm running it with Powder Snow instead of the Community Day move Shadow Claw, because I needed that coverage against the dark types, because Alolan Exeggutor is only neutral to dark types and actually loses to most of them anyway, because it's not got the best stat product. But you can win in the zero shields with Alolan Exeggutor. But yeah, I needed that coverage, and as well against flying types and especially Mandibuzz, I just needed that Powder Snow damage, so that's why I'm running Powder Snow. So for the question of the day, hopefully there hasn't been any announcement since I've recorded this and before I upload it, but what Pokemon would you like to see featured for June's Community Day, and what move would you like to see it get, or moves if you want to see it get a fast move and a charge move, and let me know why in the comment section down below. But now that we've got the question of the day out of the way, let's get into the battles now. So I'm going to be showing you two full sets as well as some bonus battles, because, well, we start off with a win handed to us. It was Go Battle Day, so some people were just looking for quick rewards, so that is going to be the only battle in the set that's like that, so don't worry, there are some proper wins in this video. And we're going to go for a Seed Bomb here against the Trevenant. We were really slow to think about what we want to do here, so in the end we're going to just stay in and commit one shield here. So not the best matchup here, because I do have two better answers in the back, but yeah, not the best play from me. I'm going to let this Mud Bomb go through, go for a Seed Bomb here, and this will obviously take out the Whiscash if they choose not to shield, but they're actually going to be able to Mud Shot far me down, and now I'm in a really bad position. Both my Pokemon in the back are weak to the ground typing. We let this first Mud Bomb go through, and I'm actually just going to force them to throw their energy as soon as they have it. So I'm going to let this Mud Bomb go through as well. And now at this point I'm going to put all my faith into the Sandslash, and I was right to do that because they have a Nidoqueen in the back. My opponent doesn't realise that they've got Earth Power as a second move, so they go straight for the Poison Fang. There's literally no chance that I'm going to shield that with a Steel typing, so I'm just going to take out this Nidoqueen. I can shield once and they're not going to be able to get to double Mud Bombs, so I can easily Powder Snow farm down this Whiscash, and I'm able to take that game. So a very good lead, very bad play by me in the beginning, but I'm able to take the game anyway. Into the next game we lead into Diggersby, so this is a pretty good lead for us, although if we had Bullet Seed this would be a lot better, just because we gain energy faster, and as well they are super effective against the Diggersby. They actually go for an Earthquake here, which is resisted. They switch into the Frostlash, so I quickly switch into the Sandslash. They go for the Shadow Ball. It does big damage, but they're not going to be able to Powder Snow farm us down. This is a scenario where if we had Shadow Claw we would be in a better position, but that's okay. I can still shield once and then farm down this Frostlash. So I get the farm down here. I'm just going to throw the Ice Punch blindly. They come in with the Medicham to tank the move, and that is a pretty good play, but they're actually going to switch instantly into Diggersby, so that's pretty good for me. I'm going to shield up the Fire Punch here, and hopefully they don't shield this Seed Bomb, because if they do then I'm going to be in a lot of trouble, because I only have Hex and Shadow Bomb to spam at the Diggersby. It'll take a long time to get to the Fire Blast, but fortunately they didn't shield, and now even down a shield, this Alolan Marowak has a very comfortable matchup against this Medicham. It looks like they're going for a Power Punch and then a Psychic, but I get to the back-to-back before they can get off those moves, and I'm able to take that game. So once again, not the best play from me, but trust me, the battles do get better as we go on throughout the video. So into the next matchup, we led into an Alolan Marowak, and we are going to shield once and then go for a CMP tie here with the second Shadow Bone. And I think at this range it would KO, but we get a shield, and actually I'm just happy to let this Alolan Exeggutor go down. I'm going to farm it down with my own Alolan Marowak here. We've got two Hexes here. They come in with an Azumarill, so not the best matchup ever, but these days Azumarils run Play Rough and Ice Beam mostly, so we don't really have to worry about the charge move, although once I get off this second Shadow Bone, I am going to switch into this Alolan Sandslash here to tank the move, and they do go for a Play Rough here, but I'm going to be able to completely Powder Snow farm them down. Actually, they switch out just before, maybe they have Bank to move, but it doesn't really matter. I can go for an Ice Punch here, go for a second Ice Punch. This won't KO, but I can safely shield this Frenzy Plant or Earthquake, whatever they throw, and then commit to a full Powder Snow, farm down, and yeah, my opponent realizes that, so they're going to quit the match there. So GG's to that opponent. Into the next game, we lead into a Hypno. So Hypno is going to be doing a lot of big neutral damage with the confusions, but they often run Thunder Punch and Shadow Ball, and I'm just going to call the bait here, call that they're going for a Thunder Punch, and they do. It's double resisted, so I can survive one more confusion and get to a second Seed Bomb here, and I'm able to take out the Hypno. So we won switch advantage, and we got a shield from my opponent. My opponent is completely hard countered here, so I'm really sorry, but yeah, we just had the better team composition here. And switch was absolutely everything in this matchup, and my opponent decides to quit there. Although Alolan Marowak has very good matchups against both the Medicham and the Tropius, so I don't know. But yeah, we went 5-0 in that set. Of course, we had that free win at the start, but still, we went 5-0. Now here we are going up against an Umbreon, and they're choosing to stay in the match this time, so you'll see how I normally play against the Umbreon. We let the first move go through, and we're going to go for a Draco Meteor on the CMP tie. This will either take him out, or we'll get a shield, and we get a shield, so I'm going to let this Alolan Exeggutor go down. So that's the thing about the Alolan Exeggutor, we can win the zero shield scenario against Umbreon, which is pretty good for us. I'm going to let this foul play go through, and then I'm going to throw my Ice Punch just before they get to the second foul play here. I'm really hoping that we can KO from this range, but it'll be very close, and it just barely doesn't KO. They do have the move now, so I'm going to shield this one up, and they come in with a Alolan Marowak with Fire Spin, so I'm going to go for the Bulldoze here. We land it, and I'm going to switch into my own Alolan Marowak, and they have a Venusaur in the back. So now we're looking to be in a very good position. They go for a Frenzy Plant. It's resisted, but it does a lot of damage, but that's okay. I'm going for the Shadow Bone here, and that does a lot of damage as well, and I can actually commit to a full Hex farm down, and at this point I'm going to commit to the Hex farm down, and my opponent quits with one more fast move in the game, so GG's to that opponent. Into the next game, we lead into a Golbat, so very bad lead. I'm going to safe switch into the Alolan Marowak. I'm met with an Empoleon. We go for the Shadow Bone here. They don't get a Waterfall through, so I'm not sure if we were just slightly out of sync or if I did get a deny, but I get to the Shadow Bone here, and this will do massive damage to the Empoleon, and we get the defense drop as well. I'm expecting them to blind throw the Drill Peck, so I'm actually going to come in with the Alolan Sandslash here instead. And they did throw the Drill Peck, so that was the right play. I'm going to farm them down with Powder Snows here. And they have a Toxicroak, so this is not looking good for me, but we do have two shields up. I am going to shield this, so now we've got even shields. But if I can somehow get a shield from this Golbat here, then we might even be able to take this matchup here. I get the shield, and that's really good, and now I'm going to let the Golbat take me out with the Poison Fang here, and hopefully I can get a few Powder Snows in before this Golbat goes down, And I get to the Bulldoze against the Toxicroak here, and from a Shadow, this is going to take out the Toxicroak, and I'm able to take that game. Even though we were triple hard countered in the game, we are able to take it, so GG's to that opponent. Into the next game, we lead into a Shadow Blossom, so this is a very good matchup. All we have to do is shield once, and if this is the Dazzling Gleam, which it is, then I can comfortably farm them down. I'm going for a Draco Meteor here against this Nidoqueen. I probably should have just gone for the Seed Bomb, but that's fine. I switch into Alola Marowak, and this Nidoqueen actually farmed up a bunch of energy before switching out. So I'm going for the Shadow Bone here. We get a shield from this Politoed, and I'm going to let this Weather Ball go through. Shadow on Shadow, Weather Ball is enough to take us out, but I'm going to come in with the Alolan Exeggutor after waiting out the clock. And I get to the charge move here. I'm actually going to fully undercharge this because I don't want the Nidoqueen to farm me down. And they're going to throw a move here. It's just a Weather Ball, so I'm actually going to let them get to another Weather Ball so they can fully take me out, and I can come in with the Sandslash. And then I should be able to get to a Ice Punch here. We are going to shield this up. And it is the Earth Power, so that is a good shield, and now I'm going to be able to take out this Nidoqueen and then Powder Snow, farm down the Politoed to take that game there. So I really had to make sure that that Nidoqueen didn't get too much energy, so that's why in the end matchup there I let the Exeggutor go down. Once again we lead into an Umbreon, so I'm going to play this exactly the same. Once again I'm able to get the Dragon Tail through, which is how the game should work, but see, if I didn't get that through, then I wouldn't be able to get to the Draco Meteor here, and I probably wouldn't get the shield. And once again, I'm happy to get the shield and then come in with the Alolan Sandslash here. We don't get a Powder Snow through this time, which is not great, but that's fine. I'm going for the Bulldoze this time because I do just want to take out the Umbreon. We take them out there, they come in with a Medicham and they're not switching out, so maybe they've got a Venusaur once again in the back. I saw Venusaurs paired with Umbreon so much, excuse that voice crack, sorry. And at this point we should be in a very good position here. I'm going for the Shadow Bone, I get a shield and I get to another Shadow Bone before they get to another charge move. We take out the Medicham and it is a Venusaur in the back, so this is a GG's for sure. I'm going all the way up to the Fire Blast just because I can. And we take out the Venusaur there, and another good game to my opponent there. Into the next game, we lead into a Medicham, so not the best lead. We're going to see if it's got Power Up Punch or Ice Punch. They throw after 6 counters, so it could be an Ice Punch. And it is an Ice Punch, so I'm going to throw the Seed Bomb here after 3 Dragon Tails. So just before they get to another Ice Punch. And I'm actually going to be able to get to another Seed Bomb here because my opponent is going for the farm down, and now we actually get a shield from the Medicham, or both shields in fact. And what I should have done here is shield up this Psychic because it does do a lot of damage to a Shadow Marowak, and they come in with Licky Tongue and they have their own Fire Spin Shadow Marowak. So yeah, we kind of got hard countered in the back line. If I did shield up the Psychic, then we would have some play here because, well actually no we wouldn't, because I'd have to use the shield here. So yeah, unfortunately we were just hard countered in the back. Not a lot we can do here. We go for the Fire Blast just for science. Let's see how much it does. It does a lot, but it's not going to take out a Licky Tongue because Licky Tongue is just super bulky, and they take us out with the Body Slam. So GG's to that opponent. They are able to end my winning streak there. And now into the bonus battles, we lead into a Mandibuzz. So this is essentially just a flying Umbreon, so I'm going to play it out exactly the same. Aerial Ace is an awful move, so it doesn't even take us out. And we can win the 0 shields here against a Mandibuzz. If we go straight for the Draco Meteor, we get a shield and they also throw straight away, so that is perfect. I'm going to come in with the Alolan Sandslash here and just fully farm down this Mandibuzz. This is why I like Powder Snow on the Sandslash, for this team composition at least. I'm able to get the full farm down. They come in with Empoleon, so not great. Hopefully we can land this Bulldoze, and we land it, and at this point we're going to come in with the Marowak, farm them down, and my opponent concedes the match there. So GG's to that opponent there. Very fortunate that I landed the Bulldoze, but I probably would have been able to get to another one. Into the next game, we lead into a Skarmory, so not a very good lead. They switch into Swampert, but they're kind of slow to switch out. So I'm going to get to the Shadow Bone here, and we get a shield from my opponent, and I'm happy with that. They do overfarm quite a bit, so I think they're nearly at the back-to-back Hydro Cannons. Hydro Cannon takes us out, so I'm going to wait out the clock, and then come in with the Alolan Exeggutor here. I think they do have enough for the Sludge Wave, so I'm going to shield this up. It is just a Hydro Cannon bait, so that's unfortunate, but this is too soon for another Sludge Wave, so I'm going to let this go through. It's just a Hydro Cannon once again, and I'm able to fully farm them down. I'm going to throw the Draco Meteor into the Skarmory, coming back in. This will do massive resisted damage. Oh my god, it did so much. I switch into the Shadow Sandslash here, and they come in with an Azumarill. So once again, Shadow Claw would be better here, but that is okay. We still have some play. The Bulldoze isn't the best move ever, but it does an okay amount of damage to this Azumarill. I'm going to go for another Bulldoze here, and my opponent is actually going to let that one go through as well, so that's perfect. I'm going to commit my shield here, and then I'm going to switch into the Exeggutor here. My opponent's staying in, and now they switch into the Skarmory. I get to the Seed Bomb, and now this should force a shield against the Skarmory, and we're able to get the shield, and it's actually a CMP tie, so that is perfect. And now I can come in with the Sandslash here, farm them down with the Powder Snows, go for a Bulldoze against this Azumarill. And once again, we're able to come back from a very tough lead and take that game. So GG's to that opponent there. Into the next game, we lead into a Walrein. So a very bad lead for my Dragon and Grass type. They switch into a Azumarill, so this is already looking like hard counter city. Not a lot we can do here, but we get a shield straight away from the Shadow Bone, so that is good for us. If you're an Azumarill and you want a shield in this matchup, then definitely shield later, because there is a chance for the defense drop with the Shadow Bones. I'm going for another Shadow Bone here, and we don't get the defense drop, but I'm going to get to a third Shadow Bone here, and this will do a lot of damage, and we actually get both shields, and we finally get the defense drop. And now I'm going to come in with the Sandslash here, absorb this energy from the Azumarill, and then switch into the Alolan Exeggutor to gain a bit of energy in case the Walrein switches back in. But they're actually staying in with the Azumarill. Of course, these Dragon Tails are double resisted, but so are the Bubbles. So I'm going to farm up to the back-to-back Seed Bombs. I actually go one over, go for the Seed Bomb here. This should have been a CMP tie with the Azumarill. And now they come in with the Walrein here. I'm going for a Seed Bomb. This will do a lot of damage to Walrein, and it does about 70%, so that is a lot. I'm going to let the Icicle Spear go through. I'm going to come in with the Sandslash here. I'm going to stay disciplined. Didn't throw straight away. I get to 100 energy. I'm throwing the Ice Punch, and then I'm going to be able to throw a Bulldoze into the Walrein here and take out that Walrein. So a nice attempted catch by my opponent. But sometimes you just have to stay disciplined and not throw straight away, because otherwise that is how your opponents are going to be able to catch in scenarios like that. And into the final bonus battle, we lead into a Greedent here, and once again I'm letting them go for the move, and I get an extra Dragon Tail through. They actually go for Crunch straight away, which is a bit unusual. This time I'm actually going for a Seed Bomb. I think Greedent is a little bit less tanky than the Umbreon and the Mandibuzz, so Seed Bomb would have nearly taken them out, and I get a bit greedy there. I let them get to another Body Slam, but I'm going to fully commit to the Dragon Tail farm down. They come in with a Talonflame, they get the Incinerate through, but boom, I take them out with a Draco Meteor, and my opponent has a Swampert in the back, so they concede the match and we take that game. So GG's to that opponent there. And we actually went 4-1 in that set as well, but I don't think I recorded all the battles in the set, so I didn't showcase the full set. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy the battles, then make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, if you haven't done so already, make sure you respond to the question of the day for an opportunity at getting a shout out in my next GBL video. As for next season, I don't think I'll be making as many GBL videos because I'm not looking forward to next season at all. We're not getting any new move updates once again, so 2 seasons in a row with no updates to any moves, no new moves introduced. So really we're going to be relying on community days and like the occasional event that they do, like with the Alolan Exeggutor and Alolan Marowak recently. and then as well like the occasional new Pokemon that they add to the game. But other than that, like, it's going to be the same stale meta. You guys might know that with my Team Rocket content there was about 5 or 6 months where there were no updates to the game in that area, no new Shadow Pokemon, no new Team Rocket leader lineups, and it made my content really stale, and like my channel basically died at that point, and I'm still rebuilding from that right now. So like, I'm just worried that the same thing will happen this season but with GBL. And as well, the game still sucks. Like, it's in an awful state. It's actually in a worse state than at the start of the season, which is genuinely impressive because it started off really bad and now it's even worse. So we can only judge them at the start of next season, but if the game is anything like it is now, then I'm just not going to feel inclined to play that much. But anyways, enough of that depressing talk. Let's move on to the shoutouts from last video's question of the day. So firstly, I'm going to be shouting out Small Atom. They actually gave 2 answers, which is kind of cheating, but I'll let them off the hook this time. They go for Mega Altaria in the Ultra League and also Mega Gengar in the Great League. Mega Altaria picks up the Fairy typing whilst losing the Flying typing, so it makes it a really unique type combination of Fairy and Dragon, something we've never seen before, and I think that would be really interesting. It's got pretty good stats as well. I don't think it's quite as bulky as the regular Altaria, but it's still pretty cool. And then as well, the Mega Gengar in Great League. I just think that would be so fun. Imagine a team with Haunter, Gengar and Mega Gengar. That would be so cool. So yeah, that's why they're getting a shout out. They do make Pokemon Go content on YouTube, so check out their channel. And then also I'm going to be shouting out Shy Plays YouTube as they suggest Mega Beedrill. Firstly because the shiny looks freaking awesome, and as well because they've used it in the past against Cliff and it's worked really well, so it would be cool to use in GBL, and I completely agree. It's something that I've used in challenges in the past. It's extremely attack weighted, more so than a Shadow regular Beedrill, and as a glass cannon enthusiast I'd be very excited to try out Mega Beedrill in the Great League and as well in the Ultra League, so I think that's a really cool answer. Unfortunately they don't make any Pokemon Go YouTube content, so I won't be directing you to their channel, but thank you for that answer. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.